Australia's most complained about TV ads have a bit of a theme so far in 2019.
Two Hollywood horror movies have scared so many people witless that they've made official complaints. 244 of them are about the film Us.
There's a family in our driveway.
It's probably the neighbors. But y'all scared of a family? Hi, can I help you?
Zora, put your shoes on.
If you want to get crazy, we can get crazy.
Oh, I don't like the look of that. Our Masters of Spin join us, advertising experts Adam Ferrier in Melbourne and Matthew Bywater in Sydney. Morning to you both. Adam, that was number one, the one that we just saw. The Pet Sematary movie trailer was number 3. I watched that, did not like that one either. Yet all of the hundreds of complaints, they were completely dismissed. Do you think that's fair enough, or do advertising standards need to be looked at, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really surprising, and I think to the letter of the law, they don't actually show any violence, but all the violence is implied, and these trailers scare the bejesus out of me. So I think they should be looked at, and the advertising standard boards may need to change so it's a scary edited vision can be addressed, because they're really, really scary.
Matthew, the second most complained about ad was an Ultra-Tune campaign featuring disgraced actor Charlie Sheen. In this case, 161 complaints of vilification were upheld. Is this a warning to all companies that community standards are, look a little bit different now, can we say, in the Me Too era?
Yeah, definitely it's a warning to all companies. Not so much a warning to Ultra-Tune, because this is their sort of MO, if you like. They kind of like the controversy. Gives them a lot of spread for their minimal budget, if you like. So they kind of like this. What I found interesting too was that a lot of the complaints are actually against Charlie Sheen himself. But that was a little bit different too, rather than just the actual context of the ad and the sexism and that sort of stuff that goes with that, but also the fact that they're actually picking on the individual and his history, even though it's not mentioned the history in the ad itself.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realise that you could actually complain about the person in the ad rather than the content.
Well, you can, but if it doesn't mention his history, if it's been something as bad as, say, Charlie Sheen's, then it's not taken into account.
Okay, gotcha. But it was sort of implied in that, where he says, I've got no towels, winning, all that stuff. Just on the Me Too community standards, this was an interesting one. Arnott's has apologised for a 2005 advertisement for body shaming women. The apology came after this magazine ad started circulating again on social media. Adam, this is an interesting one, isn't it? Shouldn't we just move on, or do companies really need to apologise for what they did in the past?
Yeah, it is an interesting one. I think it's up to the company if they want to apologise or not. I think the fact that it was done 10 years ago, and if you saw that ad now, it's completely unacceptable. We should be celebrating how far society's come, but I don't think we should be trying to vilify a company for what they did 10 years ago. If you look back 50 years and look at advertising then, it was completely sexist and completely over the top. So, more change as we kind of move forwards, and I'll just let it go.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, this is a big one. Nike has withdrawn a new shoe from sale just as they were being stocked on shelves in America. It features an 18th century US flag that many find offensive because of its clear ties to the slavery era, I should say. Matthew, do companies not research this stuff?
Yeah, they do, Matt. This one is a bit of a different one. What we had here is a flag that wasn't actually aligned to slavery. And so we're Nike, and they usually err on the side of political correctness, and in fact are often criticised for it. So in this flag, I remember only a few years ago, Barack Obama used it in his inauguration. So it has not been aligned to slavery or anything adverse like in America's history until probably now. So Nike's got caught in the middle of what's going to be a really huge political storm in America.
So why have they removed it then?
Because Colin Kaepernick, their multi-million-dollar ambassador, has said that it reminds him of slavery. And so he spoke out against it, so they pulled it. So they pulled it as it actually was already in the stores. They pulled it from out of the stores because of Colin Kaepernick.
I mean, that is extraordinary, isn't it, to go to that length? They're obviously being really considerate, but there will be questions then about whether, has it just gone, is advertising gone too politically correct? And obviously if that does remind a lot of people of slavery, then sure, unacceptable. But just the general theme of what we've talked about today is more on the PC side, Adam.
This is the third or fourth product that Nike have recalled over the last couple of years. And recalling product, I'm wondering if it's almost part of their marketing machine to kind of make a point by putting the product out there and then pulling it just before it goes on sale. to kind of communicate what their brand's about.
Adam Matthews, thank you for your insights today, as always. Much appreciated.
And thank goodness that they did it too, if it's, it's upsetting people.
Yeah, well, don't go anywhere. Weekend Sunrise, back in just a moment.